So Joe, what is the purpose of this whole trip? Where are we doing this?
The trip has three reasons. The first is to promote aerospace in Colorado, let people know how it affects their daily lives. The second is to seek suppliers and subcontractors, companies that want to either expand or get into the aerospace supply chain. And the third is to promote STEM education and let teachers and students know what kinds of things are happening in aerospace, so hopefully they can bring those sorts of things into the classroom and inspire kids.
Awesome.
So we really wanted to get out there, like Andy Barrett was saying, connect the state and help to foster that environment, because we've found over the last 5 years we've been doing these. I hope people in Pueblo, Colorado, and I hope we can get the word out, because it is not an exaggeration to say that the road to Mars goes through this dusty warehouse in Pueblo, Colorado.
We bring down set components and transports. As you walk around here, you'll see how big these tools are. The heat shield itself is 4 meters, 16 feet in diameter. The box that we ship it around in is as big as a 2-car garage. And we
To La Jara here at the Wagon Wheel. We're here today with Colorado Aerospace, also Colorado Space Business Roundtable, to discuss issues here in Southern Colorado, but also Colorado.
I have observed you are taking lots of notes. What are you learning from this road trip?
Well, so much. I mean, I see so many similarities to what I saw when I was in Indiana at Director of E-Commerce for the state. Some of the similar issues, especially as you get into more rural areas where you have the need for more robust infrastructure in terms of broadband services, just availability to the kind of education that can be possible in less densely populated areas. But by virtue of having broadband connectivity, for example, people can actually receive the benefits of telemedicine, teleeducation, and news some of the engineering, learning a lot about the engineering here, and that there is so much. I believe there's a lot of innovation at the edges that we don't often see, because people think, well, you have to be in a big city to make it happen, and yet there's this community will and energy that I believe will make good innovation happen and make a presence here in the state.
So Colorado Space Business Roundtable is an association made up of large and small aerospace businesses and everywhere in between. And like Phil was saying, Colorado is the #1 aerospace state in the country per capita. We have more jobs in aerospace than any other state as a percentage of our population.
But what would you say to parents who have kids in high school and middle school who might be interested? What would you recommend they do?
Well, I'm going to be passing out some literature, giving the proper websites to catch up with this type of and other types of groups that they can get interested with, and can possibly find funding sources, and to let them know that they don't have to be the top student in their class. They can be interested in multiple things. They don't have to be the best math whiz or the spelling bee champion to work in this industry.
We're charged with economic development to help save those communities or those areas. And so our accelerator is a competitive process taking startup businesses off the ground and in front of people who can provide them funding, or helping them with their next steps either through the GAN network, which is the Global Accelerator Network, and putting them into a higher tiered accelerator, or another accelerator that's focused just on their product or industry.
And it's haptic because it gives you physical feedback. So I can feel that through the linkage on the stylus here.
And we hope that that is the start of not just more in the metropolitan Grand Junction area, but also we're hoping that that can, and we have some possibilities that can seed some other work.
I think the other thing we would like to tell you about, one is the small manufacturer's advantage. 50% of those manufacturers are 4 people or less.
We've got a top 10 aerospace engineering program and one of the largest astrophysics programs in the country. We've sent missions to every planet plus Pluto, depending on where you fall on that.
So our first class launched in 2014. About half of these kids are from the Durango aerospace design team, and I know Representative, you know a number of them. So that was their photo in 2014. That was our first class. So it was a small group. We were just testing it out. Just called up a couple companies and asked if they'd give us a day of their time. And since then, we've had 135 students go through the program, and this kind of shows you where those students came from.
How they can work in aerospace has brought more meaning to my job in aerospace.
So Club 20 is a nonpartisan political advocacy organization tasked with advocating on behalf of all of Western Colorado on issues at the state and the federal level that are impacting our region. So a few years ago, when CSBR was just starting, Joe Rice reached out to partners throughout the region and said, how can we connect advanced manufacturers with the aerospace industry so we can keep that business here in the state of Colorado? And what we found out over the years through the CSBR road trip is that there are manufacturers throughout the region who didn't know that they had such direct access to sell their products or to perform services for the aerospace industry right here in our state. And so from the road trip, we've really been able to help make those connections and keep our economy strong in rural Colorado and keep the business right here in the state of Colorado as opposed to sourcing it to other states.
Amazing Grace.
Ready to coordinate. Clear to proceed. Launch director. You have permission to launch.
Continue the count.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Liftoff of Atlas V in NOAA's GOZUS, a highly sophisticated weather watching eye in the sky.
Everything is go. T-minus 15 seconds and counting.
XQ. This is the point when mechanical stress on the rocket reaches its peak because of the rocket's velocity and the resistance created by the Earth's atmosphere.
Company, as we wrap up the CSBR, Colorado Space Business Roundtable Tour of Colorado. And what better way than to do it on a real ranch just outside of Lake City, Colorado. Happy trails.